Hello, hello, hello. Hello, audience. Hello, hello, Tyson. I hope you're good.
Yeah, I'm doing great. Thank you. Thank you very much for having me here today. I hope you guys are doing wonderful. And I'm coming from the United States, talking to you guys in Pakistan. So I'm really excited to give you more information about our universities in the USA.
Great, great, great. Thank you very much for your time, and it's really lovely having you. We are taking this time, I believe it's early morning over there. And again, thank you for your time that you took out the time for us. So, if I talk about you, it would be a little kind of, I think, not that believable. So, how about if you just mention about you to the audience, first of all, who you are and what you do, and especially why have we gathered here?
Yeah, absolutely. So first of all, thank you, Mr. Mubarak and Gateway Study Links for all that you do. And I know you've helped a lot of students in the past to come to the US. And again, we're looking forward to helping the current students who are looking to come to the US to earn their bachelor's degree, to earn their master's degree. I've been working in international admissions and international with international students for about 12 years now. 12 years. I've been to
That's
Pakistan
great. Good.
3 times, 3 or 4 times. I've been to Pakistan, so I'm very. I love the country. I love the people, and I've been able to help a lot of students from Pakistan come to the U.S. So that's for me. I worked at a public university for 10 years, and now with my current role, I've been with Educo, which is partnered with Gateway Study Links to help
Great.
students. I've been here for 2 years.
All right, fine now. So thank you very much for the brief introduction. So actually, in Pakistan, it's generally a dream to go to US to study, and of course with Educo and Educo Plus, for sure we can surely excel that way. As we say, Educo accelerate, so we will accelerate that way. So for Pakistani students, what would be your general comments? What they should do so that they would be capable to study in USA, and especially those who are coming from side of area, those outskirts of the capital or capital country cities. So what exactly they should do to build their profile so that they get selected to move abroad, especially to USA?
Sure. The most important thing that universities look at in the US is your GPA. It's your grades, So obviously maintain good grades if you're in high school, keep your high school grades high. If you're in university and you want to come here for a master's degree, keep your grades high. This is still the most important thing that's going to help you apply to universities in the US. Another thing is that you can start preparing for now. All students from Pakistan, no matter which university you're coming from, you or which high school you're coming from, you'll need to take a language test. Okay, and I know myself, students from Pakistan, the English is very good, but the universities don't know. So you have to take IELTS, you have to take TOEFL. Most of our universities accept Duolingo as well. So this is a $55 test. You can take it online. You don't need to go to a testing center. You get the results in 2 days. I like Duolingo a lot, but you need to take a language test. Okay, I get a lot of Pakistani students. They say, but the university I'm coming from, the medium of instruction is English. Everything's in English, and I know that, but the universities still ask for the language test scores. Okay, so you can start preparing that as well. And then the third thing really is what we're going to talk about today a lot is finding the best university. We have
Yeah.
5,000 universities in the US. We have so many universities. So this is a very important part of your journey is finding several, maybe two, three universities that are the best match for you. And that's what we're going to do today is give you some ideas about how to find really good universities. And universities, again, 5,000 universities, you're going to go crazy. You're not going to know even where to start. So that's what we're going to talk about a little bit today. And that's what the team there in Islamabad, Gateway Study Links, myself, that's how we can all help you to get started.
That's really impressive. Thank you. For the listeners and viewers, you can keep commenting. I can see that you are commenting, and we would be adding your questions towards the end of almost the middle of the session. I have some personal questions. Generally, I'm in the society where I meet students. I'm a university lecturer myself. So there are students who keep meeting and they keep asking questions. So can you tell me what are the universities which having good ranking and which are on Educo portal also, and where you see that Pakistanis can best fit according to their geographical location, also according to their courses they offer, and most importantly, with sometimes good grades they accept students. So, what are those universities which you would like to highlight for our audience?
Absolutely. So universities in the US, they vary greatly in terms of the cost of tuition. So this is usually
Right,
the thing that we kind of start looking at first. It's the main consideration for you guys is how much is it going to cost to go to the university. So
very nice.
we have some that are very affordable. So for example, Minnesota State University. Minnesota State
Oh,
is one of the most affordable universities in the United States, Minnesota State University, Mankato. This university is about 11,000 US dollars per year for tuition. Okay, so the bachelor's degree in the US, it's a 4-year degree. So you can expect to pay about $11,000 per year for your bachelor's degree. This is, again, one of the best value universities in the US. You're getting a great education, and the tuition cost is very low.
allow me to
Another
interrupt here.
university, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
so allow me to interrupt here. Once you say 11,000, so it is per annum fee of the university you mentioned, Arkansas State University, right? So the student from
Correct.
Pakistan, they have to pay 50% of the fee, isn't it? Or after their visa done.
So every university is a little bit different for the tuition and how that works. But generally, you have a base tuition, and then some universities have additional scholarships as well. So, yeah, I mean, scholarships are available. The tuition I'm telling you for Minnesota State University is already including the scholarship. The scholarship has already been applied. Actually, it's for students who come the first semester and the first year, they automatically get a scholarship. And so the $11,000 tuition that I'm telling you is with the scholarship included already.
Great. So is that applied on other years also, or is it for one
So
year?
other universities are different. The another
No,
one
no.
that is
The
very
question is different.
affordable is Arkansas State University,
Uh,
Arkansas State.
my question is different. My question is, you mentioned for the UG program, undergrad program, the courses is generally 4 years. So the scholarship they get in the first year, would that is likely to be extended in the second, third, and fourth year also, or would that be given to the first year only?
Great question. The scholarship is renewable, so it will continue until the student finishes their fourth year.
Right.
And that's typical. Most scholarships will be renewable each year. So if you get, let's say, you get a $3,000 scholarship from a university, typically that scholarship you will continue to get it each year. You do have to maintain your grades. You know, typically you have to maintain a 3.0 GPA, which is like a B average, or a 3.25 GPA. But as long as you keep your grades good, not excellent, but good, then you can keep that scholarship until you graduate.
All right. Okay. 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 So, what Educo exactly can do to support their students who are routing from gateway study lanes? How they would be treated differently as compared with some students who apply MO herself?
Sure. So again, it all starts from the very beginning. We want to find the best match university for the students. We want to find several universities that meet their individual situation. So
Yeah.
I'm going to be, working with your students and helping you on the ground. You're in the office, so students can come in to you, speak to you directly, but I'm always available to take a look at the students' documents. I can make some really good suggestions based on each student's individual situation, individual case. As far as getting the application submitted, we'll be monitoring your students' applications. So we want to make sure everything gets processed quickly and smoothly, especially some of the universities in the US can take a long time to
Yeah.
review applications. So what we want to do is to make that process as quick as possible. And then once you are ready, you have admission to the university, you're ready to apply for the visa. I'll be able to give you a visa preparation session. I can answer a lot of specific questions about the universities, and this is going to prepare you very well for the visa interview. Okay, the visa interview for Pakistani students is difficult, but we have very good success with our students. So yeah, we'll be supporting students throughout the entire process.
It's a common assumption or a belief here in Pakistan. If a university has low fee, it has low success ratio in the embassy. Does it have anything to do with the embassy acceptance or rejection or getting visa or not, depending upon the tuition fee, or it's just a myth?
It doesn't. No, we have for Minnesota, for example, for Minnesota State Mankato, the university I was explaining to you that's very affordable. We have there are over 750 international students on campus. The university itself has a huge international student population, and that's one of the most affordable universities in the U.S. So
Okay,
no, the tuition it can actually help a student, because the visa officer they want to know, is the student going to be able to afford their studies, right? First of all, is this a genuine student? Are they really interested in earning a degree? And if they are, then the next question is, how are you going to pay for your education? And so if you're going to a university that's very affordable, that's going to help you actually, because the officer is going to say, well, this person, you as a student, you've done your research, you've looked at many universities, and you picked a very good ranking university, but a university that's also affordable. So I think, yeah, that actually helps.
great. I guess there are a few questions we have. If you're good to go, so I can add some questions now.
Please.
Before I add questions, there are some hearts people have thrown on the video. So accept those hearts also from Pakistan. Okay. So yeah. Okay. So okay. Hello. Thank you. Thank you for your questions. Please keep asking. Now we are addressing your answers. Which universities have high success visa ratio? Well, it's a typically asked questions here. They are more concerned about their visa, you see. So, as you mentioned already, that it doesn't have to do something with the university. Rather, it's how much well researched you are, how much prepared you are, and then how do you present yourself in front of the visa officer, right? So, I believe it has nothing to do with the university. So, can a community college can be compared with a higher ranked university? I hope this has something to do with the visa. So, what are your remarks on that? There's some community colleges, maybe in Seattle or somewhere, and somebody is going to a straightforward a good university in New York. So, would that be compared, or it also has nothing to do?
Yeah, community colleges are a very good option. I don't work with any community colleges, so I can't give a ton of advice or recommendations about community colleges. But um, yeah, I we have a lot of very good community colleges in the U.S. They're affordable, and once you finish your 2 years at a community college, you can continue your final 2 years of your bachelor's degree at a 4 year university. So yeah, it's a great option. Um, Generally the services you get, um, the atmosphere, may not be the same as a large university, but yeah, it can definitely be an option for a student. Absolutely.
Great, thank you. The next question is, what about work hours? Is it possible for a student to manage a university and living expense while traveling to US? Let me give you an example. For example, somebody from Pakistan, his family has supported him or her, and now they are there. So can they survive at their own? Yes, then how? No, then why not?
Right. So the major expenses for for your time in the US are going to be your tuition and your living expenses, right? Living expenses, they vary depending on where you're located. I was mentioning Minnesota State University, Mankato. We also have Arkansas State University. These two universities have very affordable tuition. They also have very affordable living expenses because they're not in big cities. They're big universities, but in a small city, small town. So living in a small town in the US is going to be much more affordable. Your apartment, your food, your in general, just your general expenses are going to be much lower. So if you're on a budget, look for a university that's in a smaller town. We call it like a college town. That would be a great option for you. And then the other thing that you can do, you can work on campus. So you can work up to 20 hours per week. You can't work off campus. The student visa in the US is just for it's for you to study, but we do have a system where you can work on campus up to 20 hours a week, and you're not going to make enough money to cover all your expenses, but the student worker job, you could earn six, seven, $800 per month, and that will help you with your expenses. But
Right.
generally, students have funds from their family. So this is going to be your mother, father, aunt, uncle, brother, sister. These are the people that
A
are.
going away tip could be that if they are active maybe on social media somehow, their social media influencers, perhaps they can make their vlogs or something. Also, if they're active on Amazon or drop shipping or such platforms through where they can earn well. So I guess they can easily cover their expenses also. So, but that is something which can be fruitful for them once they're there, and they can be here also. So things can be done, can be managed, I believe. But that depends on how much homework do they do. It requires homework to go to embassy. It also requires homework to earn money in the United States, right?
That's right. Yep, absolutely.
Right, great. Let's move on. So we have answered this question already. So somebody has asked, he is representative of which university? He is basically representative of Educo Group, and at Educo Group we have numerous universities. Name any university, they guys generally have it, and in all different states of America, and they can surely help you with that. And you can better search about Educo Plus so that you'll get to know to whom are you listening. Thank you for your question. Moving on, what are the minimum entry requirements for UG or PG programs? They mean to say language, also percentages or CGPAs.
Sure. So for bachelor's programs, generally the minimum GPA is 2.5.
Okay.
So it depends on which system you're coming from in Pakistan. Usually, students have a, a 50% or higher GPA. from their secondary schooling in Pakistan. That's around a 2.5 or higher. And if you're applying for a master's program, we need a 3.0 or higher GPA. We have a few universities that will accept students with a 2.75 GPA, but generally speaking, the minimum is 3.0. So the GPA is important. The other thing that we need for all students is IELTS, TOEFL, Duolingo scores. Okay.
Okay.
Once we have
Okay.
those, once we have your transcripts, once we have your your language scores, then then we can submit your application. We can get your application started. We do have some universities that offer application fee waivers. So, for example, we have University of West Florida, we have Duquesne University, we have University of Tulsa, we have Stevens, we have a handful of universities that we offer application fee waivers. The other universities, you'll need to pay the application fee. It's usually about anywhere from $20 to $50 for the application
Okay.
fee,
Mhm.
and yeah, then we can get the application started. For those of you interested in master's programs, we need some additional documents. CV or a resume. This is a very important document. Shows your education background, your work experience, if you have any. So a CV. For master's students, we need a statement of purpose. Why do you want to pursue this particular master's program? And how are you prepared to do well in this master's program? And what are you going to do when you graduate? So this statement of purpose is also important. And also for master's students, the letters of recommendation. Okay. We usually need a minimum of two letters of recommendation for master's students. So those are the things that you can start preparing now in order to get your application ready.
All right. Great. That's a very comprehensive answer. Thank you. Moving on to the next question we have, it says, God bless you, sir.
Thank you. Yeah, I want to help all of you guys. So I'm happy you're joining the session today.
That's great. And then the next part is, what are the minimum band required for study? Can you answer this? He's talking about IELTS or PTE or Duolingo.
Yeah, the minimum IELTS typically is 6. Uh, Duolingo, normally it's around 105. It really depends on the university. It depends on the program. Some master's programs have higher requirements. So, for example, some master's programs might have a 6.5 IELTS requirement. They might have a 120 um, Duolingo requirement. So we'll look at your application, individually, case by case. But yeah, I mean, the higher the IELTS or the higher the Duolingo score you can get, the better. Definitely.
All right, great. So another question asked by two people, Mr. Abu Bakr, he wants to know, and Mr. Q wants to know, do they take transfer students or do you allow transfer of credits? It's the same question. For example, somebody has studied maybe a BS in accounting and finance over here, and he was here in his fourth semester or completed his fourth semester, and he has a transcript of fourth semester, but he wants to pursue the other 2 years or other four semesters from the United States. So, do we have such particular kind of facility available for our students who listen to us?
Yeah, yeah, we do. You can transfer courses if you've started your bachelor's degree already in Pakistan. You can transfer those courses to a bachelor's degree here in the U.S. Yeah, and so usually the universities here typically accept all transfer courses. So if you've taken a math or a calculus course or a biology course or whatever course it is at your university in Pakistan, you don't need to repeat that course in the US. It will count toward your bachelor's degree. So, yeah, we have students that do that.
Great,
Absolutely.
great, 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 great. The next question is from Mr. Tayyib. He says the acceptance ratio of students giving IELTS and PTE are
Acceptance
same.
ratio, yeah, I mean, for bachelor's students, if you meet the admission requirements, then typically you get a seat. Typically you get admission. Some universities are much more competitive, but the universities that we're working with are top 200, top 300 universities in the US. There are 5,000 universities, like I explained. We have many, many, many universities. Some are very competitive. Some may only admit 10% of the applications that they receive. The
Right,
universities that we're working with are very high ranking, but also they have seats available. So typically, if you meet the admission requirement, then generally speaking, you'd be able to get admission. For masters, it's a little bit different. Masters programs can be more competitive. So even if you meet all the requirements, maybe you don't get a seat. Okay, so like for example, computer science programs, we have a lot of applications coming in for computer science, but we don't have enough seats available, right? So you may, admission, just because you have a good GPA and you have a good CV, that doesn't mean you're guaranteed to get admission. Okay.
right,
But
right.
generally for bachelors, yes. And this is a good point also, Mubarak. Students should apply to more than one university. Okay, apply to two or three universities. You know, this is the best way to start the process.
Right. Okay. 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 I do have some questions. I hope you're not in a hurry. Shall we continue?
No, keep going. Yep, that's fine. I have about 10 more minutes. So yeah, let's keep
Okay.
going.
All right. Great. So the next question which I received that's on our Instagram, it says, at what time we have to provide the bank statement? It's a typical question.
Bank statement in general. The bank statement is not required until after you get your admission decision. So if you're applying for admission, what do we need? We need a copy of your passport, we need your transcripts, we need your language test scores, and some of the other supporting documents like statement of purpose, CV, letters of recommendation. The bank statement is not required. We do have one university that we work with closely, which is Arkansas State. Arkansas State University does require a bank statement at the time that you apply for admission, but the other 10 universities that we work with do not require the bank statement until after you have admission.
All right. Okay. Okay. So next question is, uh, what's the best or what are the best cities or states to study in USA? What states are generally there where students should where students are generally happy studying?
Yeah, I mean, the US is a big country, so it really depends on the student. We have universities in the northern part of the US where the winter can be cold, but it's also a beautiful place. The people are nice, it's very safe. We have universities in the south, like University of West Florida, where they don't get any snow. The winter is nice. Um, so yeah, it just depends on where the student wants to be. Weather is an important consideration. Cost is an important consideration. If you want to live in a big city, it's going to be a lot more expensive. It's going to be your life there is going to be a little more hectic. If you want to live in a college town, life is easy. You're going to be with 10 or 15,000 students, and it's a great atmosphere. So there are advantages and disadvantages, to every location. But
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, I would look at weather, I would look at cost, and look at the environment of the university. Do you want to be in a big city or a small town?
Fine. I believe Las Vegas would be better for those who want to have party or want to go to pubs or
Yeah, you
getting.
can you can have a party every night in Las Vegas if you go there. That's for sure. Yeah.
Right, great. Okay, so next question which I found is, um, yeah, okay. Someone asked what are the opportunities for O-level students in the United States?
What was the question? I'm sorry.
No problem. The question is, what are the opportunities for O-level students? O-levels and A-level students. So the one who do IGCSE or GCSE or EdXL or Pearson. So
Sure,
about
sure.
those.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, absolutely. So if you've done your O levels, IGCSE, that's fantastic. You can start as a first year freshman student at a bachelor's program in the U.S. Yeah, so you can apply for admission. Normally, universities will ask that you have 5 subjects that you've taken a pass in 5 O levels. Once you've done that, then absolutely you can apply for admission, and we have a lot of good universities that would love to have you join. Even some
All right,
universities will waive the language requirement if you've taken the O levels. Okay, not
all right,
most of them no, but because it is a British curriculum, we do have universities that um, can waive the language requirement for you.
Ah, okay. That's fine. Somebody asked is Mr. Kaltur, who says, "What's the process of scholarship?" I think the question would be, do we have any need-based or sports-based or profile-based scholarship, or we have generally auto scholarship for all?
Yeah, so for bachelor's programs in the US, bachelor's programs, we have scholarships up to typically 50 or 60%. And
Okay.
it's based on your high school grades. It's based on your GPA. That's the most important thing.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, if you are a master's student, you're coming here for a master's degree, our master's programs don't offer scholarships. Okay, so bachelor's, yes, we have scholarships based on your GPA. Typically, there's no separate application. We're going to submit your application for admission, and your scholarship will be, you'll be reviewed for admission and scholarship at the same time. Scholarships go up to 40, 50, 60%.
All
For
right.
masters, it's totally different. Masters, we have very, very limited scholarships. So the tuition you see, the published tuition is basically going to be the tuition that you'll be paying.
Hmm.
Some universities give $1,000 scholarship, 10% scholarship for masters, but generally speaking, we don't have scholarships for masters.
Okay. Um. All right. Next question is, are spouse allowed with students of PG programs?
Can you repeat it? Sorry.
The question is for the PG students, are they allowed to take their spouse along?
Yeah, yeah, I saw that one. Yes, yes, you can. It's very common. It's we have a lot of students, especially for masters, they bring their spouse. Yep, you can do that. Absolutely.
Right, great. So another question is a very specific question asked by Mr. Ibrahim. Can you share, give me a second, yeah, can you share some information about Wichita State University? So specific. Would you mind answering it or should I skip?
What was the question?
The question is, can you share some information about Wichita State University? Wichita, Wichita. Can you see that screen? Asked by Mr. Ibrahim.
I'm not sure I understand that one.
All right. Okay, no problem. Let's move on. Uh,
And I can probably take, Mr. Mubarak, I can probably take one more today. We'll have to do another session soon. I enjoyed this.
all right. Okay. Okay. So I believe that means you're good to go for the day, and we should keep adding the questions for next time, right?
Sure, sure. Yeah, I'm happy. I have like 2 minutes. I can take another one, but if there aren't any today, then let's have the group come back in a week or two, and we can do it again. I would love to.
All right, okay. There are people who are saying thank you to you. They are saying thanks to me also. Thank you very much for your time. Also, Mr. Tyson, you had been so nice today, and you gave us uh, insightful information about universities, scholarships, of course, and about the bank statements and all. It's really, really an honor hosting you, and I wish to see you
Thank you,
again.
sir.
Yeah. Any specific thing as a goodbye note you would like to say to my students so that all the followers who are listening to you as you have just last 1 more minute. So anything you would like to say?
I'd like to say thank you. Thank you for coming. I love the questions. I could tell you guys were all very interested, and I like it when students ask questions, and so that's great. That's a good sign. That means you're interested and you're serious, and I'm serious too. I want to help you, and I know Mr. Mubarak does, and so I hope you can go into the Gateway Study Links office and start the process. We'll be here to support you, and uh, and hopefully we can do another live session here pretty soon again with you guys.
Surely will do that. Thank you very much for your time. You have a
Thank you,
very
sir.
great
Thank you. Thank you. I hope you have a great afternoon, great evening. Thanks.
you like it. Thank you very much. Bye bye. Bye bye.